Okay, welcome back to the Men on Fire daily devotional video podcast. It is December 18th, just 7 days until Christmas. For anyone new joining, the goal of this channel is to get men back into reading their Bible and to spending time in prayer daily with God. Just 5 to 10 minutes per day, nothing too heavy, but making that connection to our lifeline to God is very important. I've always found that beginning my day with this does wonders for me, even when I am not in the mood or wanting to believe it. So let's get started. So here we are, day 4 of the Men on Fire podcast. We're going to start with the devotional. I'm going to go into scripture, and then we're going to talk about it. So day 4, the fire of friendship. You have likely read the same headlines I have, headlines that report the surveys that tell the tale. Most men in the Western world today cannot name a best friend. The average man not only cannot name a best friend, but also cannot name anyone he would call if he was out of town and his son was put in jail. Who could he trust with such a thing? The average man doesn't know. He also doesn't know who he would call to help his wife at 3 a.m. if the dog has run away, or a child is in crisis, or the pipes have broken and the house is flooding. Who would you trust to go to your house in the middle of the night when your wife is in her pajamas and she's panicked and needing comforting? Most men have no such friends. Do you? We are made for more. We are made to have men in our lives who inspire us with their spirit and their coaching and their belief in us and their fun and their drive. We are made to be close to men who make us better merely by the thought of them, merely because we remember the covenants we've made and the challenges we've issued and the expectations they've lovingly laid on our lives. We are meant to laugh and hurt and yearn and strive and, yes, achieve because we have a noble band of brothers. As iron sharpens iron, says Proverbs, so one person sharpens another. And it's true, we are better together. We need each other to thrive. We must do life with a band of brothers, or we will fail to be what we are meant to be. These are truths we must restore to the culture of men in our time. The fire of manly friendship must burn brilliantly in our souls. Now for the good news. We can build manly friendships. This isn't a matter of chance or being born with the right personality or having a talent that draws people or being blessed with wealth. There are skills you can master to begin having heroic men in your life. These are part of the manly lore we should have received from our fathers. Most of us didn't. Still, we can reclaim what we need, build wisely in our time, and pass these skills on to generations that follow us. We can change the dreadful statistics of our age. We can turn the deadly trends. We can be men transformed by manly friendships. Pray to find a friend. Pray to be a friend. Pray to build better friendships. Pray to model manly friendships. Proverbs 27:9-17. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, so a man's counsel is sweet to his friend. Do not forsake your own friend or your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a brother far away. Be wise, my son, and make my heart glad, that I may reply to him who reproaches me. A prudent man sees evil and hides himself. The naive proceed and pay the penalty. Take his garment when he becomes surety for a stranger, and for an adulterous woman hold him in pledge. He who blesses his friends with a loud voice early in the morning, it will be reckoned a curse to him. A constant dripping on a day of steady rain, and a contentious woman are alike. He who would restrain her restrains the wind, and grasps oil with his right hand. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. I really like this message because this has been a recurring theme in my life over the past year and a half, as my wife and I have made some major transformations in our marriage, and grown closer together, I have also seen the importance in seeking community with other men. I mean, God has put them in our lives to support, hold us accountable, be there for us. And when we isolate or shy away from strong friendships with other men, then we stay in our stalemate, or even worse, continue our downward spiral into any sin in which we may be continuing. Prayer, devotional, and community are the three things necessary to stay on track in seeking God. I'm glad to say I have men I can call on in a crisis, and they will come with a willing and loving heart.